Finding a teammate or a duo partner can be incredibly hard, especially in this day and age when there are a lot of people that want a lot of different things. So how do you find the perfect teammate for you and start placing high in duos? As I said before, finding a duo is very important for high placements, and if you want helps with duos full stop, then check out these Destiny Jesus Solo Superstars when you can get coached by the best players and the best coaches in the world. The link will be in the description, just read through it and possibly consider getting it for yourself. With that being said, the best place for finding duos is 100% Discord. You're not going to find better teammates anywhere else. And although there are some bad players on Discord, as all platforms, the higher density of good players and pretty much every good player is on Discord, so that means you're going to want to head over there. Now you're on Discord, it is a question of where you look for the teammates. Now, join Noble Practice Scrims, join EU Open or NA Open depending on which region you're on, and join a lot of other big Fortnite servers. Most big Fortnite servers will have the looking for players tab, and this is where you're going to be looking for your teammates. The ability of Discord is to message a person just by clicking on their name in the server, so if you post something in that server, they'll be able to straight up just message you and ask you to play. Another place you can look for players is my Discord. Join my Discord, top link in the description, and you can also look in the comments of this video if you're really desperate. So how do you make the perfect post so you can attract the best teammates, the best players, and also place in tournaments? So you want to keep the post completely simple. You want to avoid any information that's going to complicate matters, and avoid all information about yourself. You just want to focus on the player you want. And please guys, put no emojis. You don't want to be one of the weirdos, I'll post a screenshot on the screen right now, that does all the emojis, bro. Who is going to play with that guy, realistically? Who is going to play with him? Because I'm not playing with him. Absolute creep with all those emojis. So you want to keep it to these information. The amount of players needed, what for, what PR, and maybe what role. That is a maybe. Some players just put looking for duo, 200 PR fragger. Looking for duo, 300 PR IGL. In my experience, these are actually the better players, and the players are like, I grind 10 hours a day, I am Swedish, you have to be Swedish or German, you have to be elite or plus, you have to be 234 PR plus. It's not going to work, guys, trust me. You're going to receive a lot more matches, but a lot more absolute drones if you do that. Trust me, I have had that before. I put out a super long post about having 200 plus PR, and someone's come out with 30, 40, 30, 20, 10, you know the drill. When you get someone's DMs, you should always ask for their tracker, and when they give you a tracker, preferably a link because it's just easier to click on, you're going to look for these red flags. If any of these are true, then I'd honestly consider it's worth playing with them, because any one of these could be considered a red flag for a teammate or a player, showing that they have some very specific weaknesses. So no solos on their tracker. If you find no solos on their tracker, then most likely they're either a non-grinder and don't play the solo victory cups, or they're not placing. And that is pretty bad in my opinion. It means they're a bad fighter, and this is honestly true for me at the moment. If you see solos on their tracker, it doesn't even matter what's on their tracker, just as long as there is solos on their tracker, because it means that they have a little bit of IQ and they can probably fight. So we also have, for the red flags, no recent placements. Now, no recent placements is a definite red flag, because this means, especially if it's the middle of a season, this means that they're probably not familiarized with the meta, they've even taken a break, or they've not been placing, so they're bad at the meta. Either way, it is a red flag, because people who have not been placing will not know the tricks, not know the ins and outs of the season, as well as someone who has been placing, even with no PR. Our third red flag is all PR from 1F and CS. This one's one you see a lot, especially with 1k PR players plus. You'll see that they have all their PR, or 700 of their PR, from 1F and CS, where they came round 3. And then they'll have about 400 more PR, and that'll bring them up to about 1,000. This is similar for the people that have like 200 PR and also have a solo victory cash cup win. This instantly gives you 200 PR, and if you call for round 1, then you might get another like 20 PR. So they've instantly had 220 to 250 PR from that solo victory cash cup win at one event. That's one event. That could have been a big fluke. They could have found medkits on the floor. My point is, There's no other things to go off. As I said, all of these could be attributed to not being a grinder, but the next two are definitely not attributed to not being a grinder. A low KD in ranked. If you scroll over from events, I always do this to see what sort of player they are, especially in this season where the meta is actually not too bad. And you can look at the KD in ranked. I normally only focus on solos, that is the only statistic I focus on. I don't care about wins, anything like that, just the KD. I die a lot of spawn in solos, so my KD is low, but if someone has a 2 KD or higher, I know that they're most likely a good fighter. Just something to note, that is my underrated statistic on how to find good players on Tracker. And finally, the last red flag I'm going to put up there for you is always playing with teammates that are way higher PR. This is a bit of a mixed bag, because if they're always playing with teammates with high PR, that could mean they are better than their PR, or it could just mean they've got friends in high places, which means they got carried. Having friends in high places is good for them and good for their PR, but it's not going to be good for you when you have to play the weakest teammate on the squad. So just make sure you always check the placements. If their squad and trio placements seem especially high compared to their solo placements, just give it a look and then make your decision from there. That is all the red flags. This isn't a be all and end all. If they have one of these but none of the others, it might just be a fluke. But I always look at all of them, and if a couple of them, 3 of them don't match or they are there, I normally skip that player. I want to play with someone who's got a good recents, has consistent PR, a pretty high KD in ranks, and has solos on their tracker. Just be picky, guys. There are millions of players out there. You can get anyone you want. So just be picky, the right player will come along. Before the video ends, I have to remind you, always 1v1 before the tournament. This is the one final check to make sure this player is up to your standards that you want. If you have a feeling they're better than you, then just avoid the 1v1. It's as simple as that. If you think they're way better than you and you think if you 1v1 they're going to beat you, then just avoid the 1v1. People on Discord, they're good, but they are very, very egotistical. If they beat you in the 1v1, they are sometimes likely to just go, no, I'm just going to play with someone else. And finally, one more warning, never accept alt accounts with more PR. If they say, I have 0 PR, but on my alt account, which just got banned, I have 4k PR, or I have 350 PR, just don't accept it. Always move on from that, because it's always a massive red flag, the biggest red flag of all teammates. But that being said, if you want to get better at the game in duos, make sure you check out the Solo Superstars, link in description. Go check it out, go read the website, and go consider making a purchase there. It will change your Fortnite career for the better. Watch this video on the screen or this video on the screen, they're both absolute bangers. The algorithm pushes my channel more when you watch more than one video, so click on them and let me know what you think. In a bit.